Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Memorial United Methodist Church in Thomasville, North Carolina. Today is Wednesday, December the 8th, 2021, and you've got Rodney here and Danny Leonard right back here, and we are here to let you know some of the fine events that we have planned for you here at Memorial, some of the church events coming up, as well as what makes today a special day, December the 8th. First of all, 16, I think I did the math, 16 shopping days left till Christmas. You better get on it. Yeah, even if you're going the Amazon route, I think you need to. You gotta get doing it. You gotta get on it. So anyway, but today is a special day. It is National Brownie Day. Brownie, not the Girl Scouts top, the kind that you put in the oven and bake, and then gotta have a corner piece there. And yes, yeah, you want that. So anyway, go out and have some brownies. Have a great day. Enjoy those.
It could be the brownie drink day. I don't even know if there's no such thing, but a long time ago
there was. I remember those. Like chocolate milk in a glass bottle.
That'll kill you too.
Yeah, it always do it. So anyway, go out and enjoy a freshly baked brownie. They're so good. It's right fresh out of the oven. But that's not the only thing that was going on, and I admit when I'm wrong. I do. And I had the Pearl Harbor Day last week totally mixed up. I think I said it was like December the 4th or something like that. But I think I had it wrong. But today in history was the day that the U.S. declared war on Japan. Last week we talked.
That was Hirohito who declared war on the U.S.
Right, that was last week.
That's
and I said 2 days later he attacked Pearl Harbor, but Pearl Harbor was yesterday, is the 7th. So I was wrong, but anyway, it is the date that lives in infamy, but I didn't have it right. So anyway, but today is the day that the U.S. then responded with declaring war on Japan. Effectively, today is the day that we entered World War II. So big historical day for the U.S. And but anyway, that 1941 was the year that happened. So we acknowledge that day on today. And then something a little bit lighter. In 1952, and I Love Lucy was on the TV show, and that was everybody was watching it, right? And so up to that point, apparently no pregnancy had ever been acknowledged. Like no woman had ever acknowledged that they were pregnant on TV. And they broke that barrier or whatever. So on the I Love Lucy show, on this date in 1952, Lucy made a statement about how she was pregnant on the TV.
And that's mild.
Oh yeah, can you imagine that? That's like a non-event nowadays. It's like who cares? But back in the day, apparently that was a big deal because it is historical. It is part of pop culture history. So anyway, I Love Lucy. Lucille Ball acknowledged that she was pregnant with her husband's baby. So that's awesome. And then today, on this date in 1961, Philadelphia Warriors center Wilt Chamberlain
the Steel
dropped 78 points against the Lakers.
Unbelievable.
Man, 78 points, that's a lot. In one game, yeah, a game. So
he had a little bit of an advantage over the other players.
So tall. I read that he was 7'1". Now, sometimes they cheat on those. He may have been taller than that, I don't know, but he was listed as 7'1". I read that he was 6 feet tall as a 10-year-old. Oh my gosh.
So what that meant was all through elementary school, his pants were always that much too short.
Yes.
He wore high waters all the way through.
All the time.
I mean,
yeah.
6 feet. He must have been like 3 feet tall when he was born.
Oh yeah. And you'd mentioned Wilt the Stilt, like that was one of the nicknames that he came to be known as. He also had other nicknames, and one of those was the Big Dipper. And I'd never heard it, but apparently he liked the name the Big Dipper, and it was because he always had to duck when he was going through doorways. Like anywhere he would go, he'd have to dip. So his friends used to call him the Big Dipper. So
better, because otherwise he looked like old Gorbachev. It takes him like 15 minutes to unwind that, get out of a car.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine.
He don't drive a smart car.
Yeah, no, he would not.
Holy
he would not.
cow.
So anyway, today on this date,
78
points against the Lakers. So yeah,
he must have been playing a bunch of sixth graders.
Yeah, he might. For him, back in those days, yeah. So anyway, and then in 1980, this is the date that John Lennon was shot and killed in front of his New York City house by a man named Mark David Chapman. And John Lennon was 40 years old, and he had been out. I think he'd been out of the music industry for a little bit, but kind of in and out. You know, you're a Beatle, so you know he's one of the Beatles. And I've been watching this documentary on Disney Plus that's called Get Back, and it is really they filmed like 7 days worth of them getting ready for this this live show. They had like 2 weeks to get a whole 14 songs ready for this live show that they were going to do, and they hadn't done shows before in a long time prior to that. And it's really interesting, like to see their creative process going and everything. So anyway, check that out. But
different world.
Oh yeah, I was like, how do they know what to do? So anyway, but today was the day that he lost his life.
I saw that place at Central Park. They got like a shrine there.
Oh, the Strawberry Fields Forever. Yeah. I read about that too. That Yoko Ono created like this memorial for him there in Central Park. So I haven't seen that, but
I started singing when I went there.
I bet you did. What'd you sing?
I got shut down pretty quick.
Yeah. Disturbing the peace or something. Yeah. So anyway, that happened today, and then we got some birthdays. Interesting birthdays today. So first of all, Sammy Davis Jr., one of the Rat Pack, was born on this date. He was like a triple threat. He was like the actor, singer, and dancer, and but
he could hold his drink or smoke a cigar or something, couldn't he? Did he do that? Or
maybe so. Yeah, with the same hand or whatever, and he just a real interesting guy. Like he was Jewish, he was black, and he was
He's still
like
alive.
No, I can't remember when he passed, but I think he's gone.
He was born in 25.
Yeah. So he'd be approaching 100 years old. I don't think he's there. But yeah, so it just
he's not writing music anymore. He's decomposed.
Yeah.
Oh my.
You can't do that. You can't. Oh my gosh. So anyway, celebrate Sammy Davis Jr.'s birthday today. He was Candyman, right? He sang the Candyman can. So anyway, go listen to some music by Sammy Davis Jr. Watch an old film, and he was in the original Ocean's 11, I think. So anyway, that, and then this guy made headlines when I was in like maybe high school or whatever. Sam Kinison was born on this date in 1953. He is definitely infamous. He would scream American.
Comedian.
He was a comedian. He would just he would like scream and everything, and then he got into some acting at some point. But you told me what he did originally.
He was a Pentecostal preacher. I knew that a long time ago.
Oh my gosh.
He was a Pentecostal preacher before he became a comedian.
Yeah.
And somebody tried to say that it was that preaching style that just carried right over in his comedic.
Screaming preaching. Yeah.
And I didn't realize two things. I didn't realize that he died when he was 38. I didn't realize he'd been killed in a car accident.
Yeah.
Now Angela knew that. It wasn't his fault. He got hit head on by some young kid who had been drinking alcohol. And but he was hit head on and killed.
I'd forgotten that too. I remember it.
I mean, he was a screaming guy. Golly, you know.
And I think he was wrapped up in some of the scandals in the 80s too with some of those people, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. But anyway,
that shows you right there. There's more money in comedy than there is in preaching.
Yeah. He made that transition pretty quickly, didn't he? So anyway, so Sam Kinison, and then we got two birthdays today in the NASCAR family. So it is in 1975, Kevin Harvick was born, and then in 1977, 2 years later, on this date, Ryan Newman was and both big time NASCAR drivers, and they you know. I don't follow NASCAR a whole lot, but I know those names, and so we're.
I think they live. I think both of them live around. I think Ryan Newman may live in Iredell County.
Like,
yeah, Statesville.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Harvick probably lives around Morrisville or somewhere. That's where a lot of these people live.
Oh yeah, that northern Lake Norman area.
And I don't know if they're. I don't know what their status is. You know, sometimes NASCAR gets to be like a soap opera or professional wrestling. You know, you have associations and things like that, and so I don't know if they're buds, if they're foes. I don't know. What I do know is, if you are ever being chased by a NASCAR driver, just take a right.
Trouble.
Take a right, and they will not follow.
Because it's always taking left turns, all around
just
circle.
Take a right.
Just okay.
Yep.
Anyway, happy birthday, happy birthday to Kevin Harvick and Ryan Newman on this date, NASCAR drivers. Yeah, there's right there. So anyway, so enough of that. We do have some great things happening. We're in the middle of Advent. We got some great things happening here at the church, and we want you guys to know about it. First of all, this weekend, Saturday and Sunday night between 6 and 8, that's going to be December the 11th and 12th, between 6 and 8, we're going to have a live nativity out in our front yard. Now, I know we are known for that whole drive-through experience where you go through the town of Bethlehem, and we're just not quite ready to crank that one up yet, but we had enough people that wanted to see us do something to remember that by. And so we are going to, this year, we're going to have that live nativity out on the front lawn. And so Star of Bethlehem, in its abbreviated form, will be happening.
Be 2 sets.
Yeah, so
costume.
Yeah, so go ahead and keep driving by. Check us out. But it's not like a stop.
Through.
Yeah, it's not like a
it's
drive-through.
It's a drive-by, not a drive-through.
Yeah, there you go. I try not to use that term, but
That's
okay.
Right.
But anyway, 6 to 8, come by our church front yard, check us out, and we got some sheep lined up. We got some people out there, and it'll be great. It'll kind of get you in the Christmas mood and in the Christmas spirit.
It's gonna be beautiful because you're gonna have the lighted church up behind.
Oh
in
yeah.
the background.
Yeah.
It'll be picturesque.
My kids are going to be in it, so I don't know how beautiful it's going to be, but yeah.
Just tell them to hold their heads down. That way
there you go. Yeah.
That's what I intend.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, so I think Deacon's going to probably start wrestling a sheep or something.
Yeah,
but,
riding a sheep.
Yeah.
Have it in a
Which will be worth a little bit of.
Have it in a headlock.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, come and check us out, and then we also have Love Feast coming up on Sunday, December the 19th, 7:00. It's going to be the last year we kind of abbreviated that, but this year we're going to be full blown in the sanctuary. It's going to be a great event, so come out, invite your neighbors.
Candle lighting.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards. We're going to have it all. So make sure you put that on your calendar. Again, Sunday, December the 19th at 7:00. We'll have the rolls from Dewey's, and we'll have the special tea.
Mask, feel welcome. You know.
Of course, always. So put that on your calendars, and then Christmas Eve communion comes in, of course, on Friday, December 24th, which is Christmas Eve. I believe our times on that is 5:30 to 7. I think that's right. I'll double check that and put it on the calendar.
Time frame.
Yeah. Actually, I got it right here. Let me see if it's 5 to 6:30. Yep, 5 to 6. I've gotten that wrong before. It's 5 to 6:30. Right. So I need to fix that.
Drop in, come as you will.
Yeah.
And
we'll have the liturgy at the beginning, and then
that's right. And you can just come anytime between that, hang out in the pews, and you'll know when it's time. We'll direct you to come up to the front and receive the elements.
A lot of times families will come up together and up to the altar.
Music in the background.
Yeah. So come and be a part of that, and then you came up with this, and I really like this. On Sunday, December the 26th. That's the Sunday after. The day after Christmas, the Sunday after Christmas, we're going to have sort of a worship brunch with the staff in our fellowship hall at 10:00, and so the staff we're going to be cooking brunch. So just come and hang out. It's going to be a great time of fellowship. I think the food's going to be pretty good, so I'm really excited about that.
So, for sure.
Yeah. So we're going to have a lot of really good food and a lot of great fellowship.
Show up in casual dress, pajamas if you want to.
Come as you are, absolutely.
You know,
So
and we'll have all the tables set up and spread out, and
so
it's just being together is what it amounts to.
Absolutely.
That's
So
what it amounts
put that on your calendar as well. Might be a couple other things I need to add at some point, but right now that's all I'm going to give you right now. But it's a great Advent. We're kind of trying our best to get back to normal and get a few things going this season. So we thank you for being patient with us. We hope to see you in person at some of these events.
and worship.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
11,
Yep,
Sunday
8:50.
morning.
Yeah, so continue to join us, and we look forward to seeing you. Y'all keep taking care of yourselves and take care of each other, and we will see you soon.